question: is the future of American politics libertarian or independent? Is that our future? Here's what has inspired this for me this week. Now, I live in the Nashville area, and Bobby Bones, in case you're part of American culture, you know, recently won Dancing with the Stars. He won it. And he is a very famous radio show host for a country music station based out of Nashville. And my wife listens to him every day, and because of that, I started listening to him. And something he was saying this week on the air was that he is definitely considering running for the office of the governor of Arkansas, his home state. And as he was talking about that, he said, but here's the thing, I would not run as a Republican. I would not run as a Democrat. I would run as independent. He says, because as long as you are part of one of those two main political parties, you ultimately are accepting money from them to basically force you to go along with whatever that party believes. And he said, I've got my own money. I'll pay for my own campaign. And he said, but ultimately the other problem I have is no one is truly 100% Republican or 100% Democrat. They may largely agree with one of those political parties, but there's still certain parts that they're not really agreeing with. And so he was saying he'd rather truly be independent, and what he believes in will be how he does his campaign. He won't be influenced by a political party throwing money at him and therefore influencing him for that. The denouncement of a political party, Republican versus Democrat, sounds like heresy even now at the end of 2018, but I think in the future that's what we're looking at. You know, even with Donald Trump winning the election, yes, he ran in as a Republican, but basically because he knew that he had to. It increased his odds. Had he run independent, there's a good chance he wouldn't have been taken as seriously as he was, enough so to be elected president. But I think that the American view is changing on that. I think, and I don't want to be a person of pride, but if I can, I think this is me being real with you. I am proud of myself that I haven't scrolled Facebook in 2 years. Not since Trump won the election have I learned about anything else going on Facebook, because that was the epitome for me where everybody is so polarized. They're either very conservative or very Republican, and they're just angry with each other, calling each other names, saying that the other side's evil or the other side's ignorant, and they're both saying the exact same things about each other. That's ridiculous. How are we expecting to get anything done with such a dichotomy there? This going back to this concept of good versus evil, ignorant versus intelligent, and that's how people are seeing themselves versus the other side. But I think what is going to happen, like Bobby Bones on his show, the Bobby Bones Show, who won this season of Dancing with the Stars, I think not only are people going to become to the perspective that to get anything done, if they're going to run for a political office, that if they're going to do this right, they're going to have to do it as an independent or libertarian by default. I think that's going to become the norm, and I think as more people start doing that, I think more people will support that. I think that it's been so much part of our culture to be either Republican or Democrat, either conservative or Republican, that what happens is we think we have to choose a side. And I think now, as a culture, as a nation, we're getting smarter than that. And we realize, man, look at our elections. Look how all the way, one way they are. And in real life, that's not how most of us believe. And in reality, they're not. Like, I even made a video recently talking about how so many people vote Republican simply because they're against abortion. And that's the main thing that they're voting for. They're voting to try to instead of make America great again, they're trying to make abortion illegal again. But again, only until the next Democrats are elected, and that's part of their whole thing, is they want to keep abortion illegal, whatever. So, but ultimately, I envision a future of American politics in which independent will be the most desired party to be. And if that's the case, imagine even a political race or the state or whatever it is, and both the main leading candidates are both independent. They have their own different versions of what independent is. Now would be a remarkable concept. I really do believe that that's where we're heading, because I think if we don't, what's going to happen next? How much more extreme can it get in the next election? With which each new president, we have to find someone who's so much more not Donald Trump, or so much like Donald Trump. That's not a sustainable model anymore. And of course, social media has only made the perception of that even worse. So yes, I love it that Bobby Bones openly talked about being independent. It's a very respectable thing. Of course, yes, I'm a libertarian, so by default, I'm obviously going to relate to the independent. And for me, being libertarian, what that means is when it comes to social issues, I'm very liberal. I'm like, yes, let's give gay people all the rights that they can have. Let them run for president. Let them adopt kids. Let them do whatever they want to do, or any other protected class. Let people have rights. Let them do that as long as they're not hurting anybody else. It doesn't matter that other people agree with their lifestyle. It doesn't matter. Let people have rights. Yes, that's simple to me. Let people have rights. But when it comes to money, that's a different story. When it comes to money, very conservative. Let's stop throwing money away on all these things for other countries. Let's start focusing on making sure that we're fighting poverty in our own country. Let's stop looking for a reason to be in these wars all the time for the sake of protecting our liberty, when really, is that what we're doing, or do we have another motive? So it's a matter of, we can save a lot of money if we're not spending so much money on war, and we can help take care of our own people. And we can stop being so upset and worried about people who have different lifestyles. Let them have rights. That doesn't affect us. See, that's libertarian viewpoint that I'm giving you, but ultimately I think it's also what would be called independent. What are your thoughts on that right here?